On this episode, we're going to talk about disability and entrepreneurship. But before we jump in, please subscribe and share. And don't forget to join our private Facebook group called Victoriously Living. And if you'd like to see more from One Leg Up Productions, please support us at patreon.com/One Leg Up Productions. Hi, welcome to Chair Chats, the lifestyle talk show with a disability twist. I'm your host, Pauline Victoria. Today we're going to talk with the CEO of Collaboration Diva and the founder of the growing Facebook group, Disabled Business Owners, Treice Westmoreland, about her journey from employment to entrepreneurship. Hi, Treice. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So I want to just start out at the beginning. I would like for you to tell us a little bit about your journey from through employment and how that led you to entrepreneurship and what you do now.
Well, when I go to college, I started looking for a job. I couldn't find one because whenever I had one, because I had disability. So I started in network marketing, and then in network marketing, I went to virtual assistant, and that's when I started my company. And then from there, it's been just going up.
Okay. So as the CEO of Collaboration Diva, what services do you provide?
I do data entry. I maintain Facebook groups. I schedule postings for people. I inbox clients and customers. And that's basically it right now.
Okay, so you handle their administrative, your client's administrative duties.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you say you're likened to like a virtual assistant?
Yeah.
Okay. So all of your work is done on computers then?
Yes. And online, yeah.
Yes. Thank God for technology. I would say we were born at the best time to be born with a disability, because technology does open up so much for us, including a way for us to be our own boss. Even with the show, I'm able to put on this show as the founder of One Leg Up Productions and create a video episodes of things that I feel would be relevant to the disability community. And I really do feel like entrepreneurship is a viable option for people with disabilities, because I don't know about you, Treice, but for me, my experience after college, I did try to go toward traditional employment. I never thought about entrepreneurship as an option. So I did try traditional employment and was eventually successful, but it took a lot of falling down and getting back up.
Yes.
Realizing that there was almost a silent discrimination for people with disabilities trying to get into traditional employment. And so, yeah, I don't know if that was your experience in trying for traditional employment.
I went on several interviews. I never got hired for a position. Okay.
Right. Exactly. And and you feel like you're so just as equal, if not better, in competition with the competition in terms of qualified candidates. So it can be disheartening. So I really do love that technology offers people with disabilities the option for entrepreneurship in one vein. I wanted to ask you also about the Facebook group, the Disabled Business Owners. It's growing. I came across it. I feel like there's always some great posts on there. I think what you did is brilliant. And it inspired me. And I'm like, oh, maybe I will actually feature some disabled entrepreneurs on the show of what they're doing so we can support each other. So Disabled Business Owners Facebook group, if someone were to join, what can they expect from joining that group?
Well, if they were to join the group, they'll find out there are many entrepreneurs around the world, actually. But most of the people come from Asia, Africa, and California, and Texas. So there is a variety of people in that group.
Yeah, and you are okay with people posting like not sales page, but kind of like letting people know about what they do. Are you okay with that on the group?
Yes, I'm fine with that. They can do that. That's not.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you're an entrepreneur, or even if you're just thinking about being an entrepreneur, I would highly suggest going to and joining the Facebook group called Disabled Business Owners. I found some really interesting information. I've seen some videos Treice has done, all sorts of stuff. And, I feel like being an entrepreneur, whether you have a disability or not, is really a mindset thing. And I know
exactly.
On your Facebook group, you've talked about vision boards, just kind of getting in the right mindset. And that is so important. And actually, I would think that is the very first step in going on the entrepreneurial journey. So what, in your experience, Treice, what do you feel is the most important quality in an entrepreneur?
Having patience.
Having patience.
Yeah. Because nothing goes overnight.
Right. It is not going to happen overnight.
No.
I've been doing this a year. It hasn't happened in a year. But I feel like that's super important because it can get discouraging. Because you have this dream and you have this belief in something that your business can provide people. And if it doesn't happen overnight or even in a year or two, then you can't give up, right? But I feel like disabled people are not, we don't shy behind giving up, right? Like we are people that stick to things, and
yes,
of any quality, that is something I think that we can all relate to, is not giving up. Because if we give up, oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about where my life would be if I just gave up.
I know, me either.
Yeah. So on the other side of what the most important quality is what do you think is the number one challenge of being an entrepreneur?
Trying to get people to see what you do, and if they are willing to work with you.
Okay. So like marketing it. Marketing
it, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like marketing is a big challenge for me too. And giving people that experience of what working with you would be like.
Yeah.
So oftentimes I'm doing things for free. Like, I'll give it to you for free so you can experience what it's like to work with me and what you're going to get from me. But that's a huge challenge. I would definitely agree as a fellow entrepreneur. And what do you think is the biggest benefit for specifically people with disabilities in owning their own business?
the time. They don't have to, they got a lot of doctor appointments. They don't have to worry about taking off the day. Well, they don't have to. I have to take off the day. They can just take off the day without even.
So you can take off when you need to take off. You
Yeah.
can work when you can work.
Yeah.
The flexibility, yes.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yes, I like that. Although I'm not going to sugarcoat it, being an entrepreneur is hard work. Like you have to be disciplined, have self-discipline. And I think that is a huge, so like if you're someone that gets distracted easily, like squirrel, or, you know, you just want to watch Netflix all day, maybe on.
Not most of the time, but sometimes I do get distracted.
Yeah, I mean, we all need our downtime, but owning our own business does require us to actually put time and effort in to make it work. Yes. And but that's the great thing, right? Having your own business, you work it in the beginning so then it can work for you.
Exactly.
Hopefully that's the plan anyway. But you know how as plans go.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you wanted to let people know about entrepreneurship or about your services? Maybe there, you know, we could support Treice and Collaboration Diva if you offer virtual assistant services. You know, is there anything you'd like to let people know?
Well, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you better do it something that you like to do. And not that you have to do it. Because if you have to do it, you're not going to do it.
So if you want to be an entrepreneur, do it because you want to, not because you have to.
Yeah.
Got it. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. I think that's actually really helpful. I mean, this is probably one of my shorter interviews, and yet I feel like it is one of the most informative interviews I've ever done. So you can make things short and sweet and still have a huge impact. I want to hear from anybody that's watching this. I'd love for you to engage with us. And if you are a business owner, I would encourage you to join the Facebook group that Treice started called Disabled Business Owners. And I'd love to hear from you. What do you do? What business services or products do you provide as a business owner? And if you're even just interested in becoming an entrepreneur, what is something that you're interested in providing, contributing to the world? Because that's what businesses do. We just contribute something that we feel people would benefit from. So I'd love to hear what are some of your ideas of products or services that you'd love to provide as an entrepreneur. Treice, I want to thank you so much for being on Chair Chats and sharing your journey. Like I said, I think we're proof that entrepreneurship is a viable option for people with disabilities. So I want to thank you for joining us and sharing your insights. It's good to hear from others and connect with other entrepreneurs who are also disabled. I want to also remind you, the viewer, if you're watching this, to please subscribe and share, and to join our Facebook group called Victoriously Living, where we share inspiration and information to help you live a victorious life. And if you'd like to see more from One Leg Up Productions, please support us at patreon.com/One Leg Up Productions. Thank you so much, and be blessed.